We are here with Shab, everybody. I just want to start real quick, and I know you probably told this story a million times, but your story is so fascinating that I think our viewers and our listeners need to know a little bit about it. Like where you came from to this very moment sitting here with us.
You know, I'm a child of the revolution. I would say that the fundamentalists sort of took over in Iran, and my dad, he was one of Shah's, guy for petroleum, and what happened is when the revolution happened, they kidnapped my brothers. They were like shooting at our house every other week.
Oh my God!
And then because of the stress, my dad had a heart attack at 53. Barely 53, and he didn't make it. And so my mom was left with 13 kids in revolution, and so then gets better. They freeze all our assets because Bibi became immediate enemy of the state. So it was just a lot. I felt so bad for my mom. She was only 39 years old. Thank God she had a lot of nice jewelry that my dad had given her, so she sold all of it for us to survive in that 8 years. And then she was like, you know what, we gotta get out of here. This is not a place to live. So she sacrificed a lot, and so we became a refugee of Turkey. So I was there for about a year, and in Ankara, the capital city, waited until my paperwork to Germany, and they let us know that my paperwork for boarding school was ready to go, and so I was only 8.5. So I had to say bye to my mom. But I was like, Mom, I know you're doing this for me. And she was crying, I was crying. And I was like, this is for both of us, it's better life for. And so I went to Germany, was there for almost 4 years. And I finally heard about my papers being ready for a green card to come to U.S. And I lit up, and I was like having calendar, and every day I would like scratch it off.
You were excited to come to here?
I was, and the American dream, baby.
Yeah.
And so... and then got on a Lufthansa flight all by myself with a tiny little suitcase, and that's why Hint, the album is called One Suitcase, everything I owned in the world in that suitcase. And at 14, got on a Lufthansa flight by myself and went to JFK. The agents came and got me. They sent the tallest ones, they were 6'5", and I was like 4'11", I don't know. And I was so scared, and they were like, no, welcome to America. They were so nice, and they took me for fingerprints, and then that was it. And hopped in another plane, and my green card was in my hand. I was looking at it, and I started crying, and I was like, God, I've been through a lot, but this is a gift. Like, thank you for reuniting me with my family again. I saw my mom for the first time after 5 years. I was a teenager, and I was like, look, I'm all grown, Mom.
Right. That is a long time to go without seeing Mom.
Yeah.
But that built so much strength inside you, having to travel all on your own. Did it make you like a super independent? Forced you to at a really young age.
100%. I was going to school by myself. I was going to tennis lessons by myself when I was in Germany. So when I came to US, I can drive. I'm 14. And of course, I hadn't seen my other brothers and sisters in 7-8 years. So I was so excited to see them finally, because we were a big family. There's 13 of us. I was the baby 13. So I was just happy.
The lucky 13.
Lucky 13. In my case, is definitely lucky.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, it was incredible learning how to be independent. And
you probably, what was your first language growing up? What was the
Farsi.
first? Okay, so then now you have to learn a whole new language, and you have to go to school in America.
Yeah, well,
that must have been a big shift too.
Definitely, I was definitely made fun of. I was bullied, and and so my goal was like, okay, I was in ESOL, which is English speaking other languages, and so. And it was like summer, I was like, that's it. Summer of 90, I don't know, 2. I was like, I am going to learn English. So I was watching like TV, I was listening to music, and I was writing all the translation. I was like, oh, he says her eyes are pretty, or like, I don't know. So I learned English, and 3 months later I go back to school, and these girls that used to make fun of me, they were saying something, and I looked at them, I was like, I know what you're saying. Like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, you don't think, I was like, you better watch out. I know, I was like, I speak fluent now. They were like, how? I was like, you can't even speak a language properly. I know 3. I got 3 on my belt now. So
amazing.
They didn't mess with me again.
Where are they now? They're not sitting down being interviewed by Chicago's #1 hit music station.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow, what an incredible story. So here we are, we fast forward, you end up getting into the music industry. How long ago did you start this journey?
Professionally, really, like almost going into 6 years. I just didn't have, didn't have the means or wealth to do it, just because I was working, trying to help the family, you know, and making a living here in the U.S. and just make a life for ourselves. So we didn't have necessarily the funds or the time, but when the opportunity came and the dream was still inside of me, and I just kind of like put my hand up in the sky and I said, okay, God, you gave me this dream, and if you still got that gift for me, I'll take it. And then things just started happening. I found Brady and Shab, and he's worked with J-Lo, that did the song My Love
Who?
Don't Cost a Thing. Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, no, I've never heard of her. I'll have to look her up. Amazing story. Such an inspiration, too.
Thank you.
That's so amazing. Okay, so 13 siblings.
Yes.
Can you name them all?
Yes.
Okay, I only have 2,
I do.
Okay, all right, we're not going to ask you, because, you know. All right, so let's get to the music, because I listened to One Suitcase, the double album.
Yeah.
It's a vibe.
Thank you.
It's like, what did I label it as? I like to label things. Potapop.
Potapop.
Potapop. Potapop is positive, dancey pop.
I like that. I'm going to start using that.
Potapop, yeah.
Positive dancey pop.
Right?
Okay,
Is that the vibe? What do you picture when people are listening to this album? What do you picture them doing? Like, what's the environment like around them?
You know, I think when we were doing this song, One Suitcase is really about my story, you know, fleeing fundamentalism and finding a new life in the Western world.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's about freedom, liberty, love, and all of those really cool things. And I've been exposed to so many different genres of music throughout my life. And so I kind of wanted to sprinkle a little bit of everything. But I always think of it like a dance anthem party. Hey, you know, we got Shab on, let's go. We might start slow. And then, you know, it's an alchemy. And then from alchemy, we alchemize everything into something positive and loving. And then we just go from there and just... lights off, disco lights on.
Me listening to it, what it reminded me of is not specific artists. Which do you like to get compared to artists or no?
Some people say Dua Lipa. I think she's so cute. I like her. She's, you know.
I hear a little bit of that, but what I hear is I hear a time in my life where I'm just having a good time.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's not specific artists. There's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Like I get the Dua stuff, but I'm hearing some of that 2000s in there too.
Yeah.
Some 2000s pop, like when Fergie had her moment, right? Like there's a little bit of that, and I also hear a little Middle Eastern influence.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is that what you're going for?
Absolutely, yeah. I think so. The reason I chose music, because music has been so healing for me. I remember I was 6 or 7 years old. There was an Iran-Iraq war, and the bombs were coming down. And so the louder the bombs got, the louder our music got. My mom was cooking food, the smell of the food in the house, and the music, and we were like put ourselves in that bubble.
Wow.
And I always say, music is so transformational, and it transports you to another place, you know. And that's why I love music so much. It has healed me. So. In my earlier years, of course, we listened to belly dancing and, you know, all kinds of music like pop. But then when I went to Germany, it was like techno, pop, and I went to Baltimore. First time I ever heard hip hop and R&B. So I would say Wu-Tang raised me.
Wu-Tang, that's a T-shirt. Wu-Tang raised me. You need to make that a T-shirt. Merch. Let's go.
Wu-Tang raised me. So I was like, this is kind of cool. Then we started going to DC and nightlife, and I was like, I was exposed to so many different EDM and techno, and I was like, oh my God, this is cool. So I think like through my life, I've just been sprinkling a little bit of everything in my music because I've just been exposed to it. So
right, and then Dallas too.
Exactly.
What musical influences did you have? It was probably a little more country, right?
My Latin.
Oh, yes.
My Latin brothers and sisters, which I love.
Yeah.
And I always feel like I was Latin in my other life. I'm so drawn to the culture, to the food, to the people. I love them so much. And of course, Texans are just so, they're just so warm and loving. And, you know, it's a vibe.
Yeah. Proud bunch.
Yeah, they are.
And everything's bigger. Let's emojify your songs really quick on the album. Think of an emoji for the songs from your album. One Suitcase. Say it with your chest. What emoji pops in your head?
I would say like the heart with the eyes, like.
Oh yeah, like. Googly eyes, but hard eyes?
Exactly.
I would say treasure chest. That's the lazy answer.
That's a good one.
Swerve. What do you got?
Swerve is kind of like with the glasses, you know, cool, and he's just like Swerve, you know.
He's like he's chill.
Exactly.
He's got so much riz, as the kids say.
The riz, yeah, I like that.
I have dancing lady emoji because he's just having a good time. Dancing lady, red dress.
Exactly. Dancing. That's a good one. Yeah.
Mine suck. Unfold.
Unfold.
Oh.
It's like maybe a beach. Has kind of like a beach vibe.
I said if there was a Miami emoji, it would be that.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got.
I like that. Miami. Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
There isn't one, but we'll pretend there's one. And then last, One Suitcase.
I guess Maybe just a suitcase.
I mean, why not?
One single suitcase.
You can do airplane.
Or yes.
You do airplane?
Airplane with a suitcase.
Or the way things are going, you can do money sign.
Oh,
okay. You know, this one's gonna be big, right?
Yeah. That's exactly.
Let's manifest this for you.
Yes, let's go.
Before we let you go, I like to ask this question. It's the deepest question you'll ever hear this guy over here ask. What do you want your legacy to be after it's all said and done? Which you're kind of creating one and you don't even know it.
You know, I always talk about fame is not a selfish fame, it's a selfless fame. And when God gives you this platform, I think it's our job to do something good for the world. And my thing is, I've always been children. Like, I would love to do schools for refugees, you know, or regular people that just want to go to international school, learn international languages, whatever that is. And also adults, like healing centers for them. I want to kind of keep them young and healthy. And it's not about being obsessed with youth. It's just, I have one body and I want to keep this, like, take care of this one that I have.
It's so true.
Healing centers and schools.
I love that. I know you do charity work too.
I already do. Yeah, actually the album is going to be, my husband and I, be on our own label. And I always talk about him. He gave me wings to fly. I love you, Rob. Thank you for everything you do for me and our family. And so it's called Choose Love, and they're based in London. And the proceeds of my album is going to a charitable organization for refugees and misplaced people in the world to help them show that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
I love that.
And we also have a charitable organization, which my husband is the chairman for.
Yeah.
It's called Hope Supply in Dallas. They're kind of like the baby to baby.
Yeah.
And 99% of the proceeds that we get, it goes straight to the cause to help homeless children and moms to provide essential needs for them. We love giving back. We love helping people. And that's something I would love to do.
Man, amazing work. Continue to do it. You are a bright light in this dark world we live in. I'm changing my algorithm. I'm just going to follow Shab so I can be positive all day.
Oh, you guys
are
amazing.
Thank you for coming in, Shab.
Thank you so much for having me. This was an amazing interview. Like, really so much fun. You're awesome.
Stop it. All right. Thanks, Shab.
Thank you.